Ever since the November 5th presidential election, where Donald Trump beat Kamala Harris, there's been a lot of second guessing. The second guessing is this: had Joe Biden stayed in the race, would he have beaten Donald Trump? Now, the media, some Democrats, certainly Republicans would say, oh, no way, he's too old, he's too doddering. There's no way he could have lasted and beat Donald Trump. When he was first asked to step aside, I was totally against it. When Kamala came in and got all the enthusiasm, I was behind her too. But we learned a lesson on November 5th that maybe we didn't understand. That racism and sexism is running rampant in this country. It's much more a problem than we ever imagined. So think of it this way. We have a black woman running for election against the worst possible candidate in history, and she still loses. So would Joe Biden, an old white man, doddering as he may be, beat Donald Trump? Well, I think that would have been a distinct possibility, knowing what we know now. But what you've got to understand about Washington, D.C., there is no loyalty. They're like vultures circling around a dead animal. They see blood in the water, they're going to go after it. And even Democrats that claim to be friends of Joe Biden, somebody like Nancy Pelosi, a friend for decades, she pushed Joe Biden to step aside, which he did. And he was angry about it after the fact. He hasn't talked to her as yet. And then there was an interview yesterday with Jill Biden, and she expressed how disappointed she was in Nancy Pelosi after a 50-year friendship. Here's what you have to understand about Washington, D.C. Whether it be Democrats or Republicans, there is no loyalty. There are no friendships. It's all about a quest for power and money. That's what they do. And that's the lesson you have to learn. And even Joe Biden was surprised that these people crept up and went against him for the hopes in getting power and or money. It's a fucked up mess. It's a weird situation in Washington, D.C. And this applies to the Democrats and the fucking Republicans. We're seeing the Republicans fighting amongst themselves already. The next 4 years is going to be a mess for Donald Trump and his administration. And the moment he becomes less valuable or unimportant, his own people will go after him, just as Nancy Pelosi did with Joe Biden.